Hello, beautiful souls of the light. Welcome. I'm Elizabeth Peru, and this is our first live Facebook interaction of the year. Welcome to 2025, the 9 universal year, the year of the empowered soul. Now that we are 3 weeks in, how are you feeling? What's coming up for you? What already can you see are core energy themes that are repeating, that are calling for your attention? The empowered soul, we'll touch on what that is this evening. It is integrating your human self, your personality, into a higher awareness of the spiritual being that you are, who is creating this life around you. That infinite being of the light, having that awareness, which is fifth dimensional awareness, which we'll also touch on tonight. It is coming online so strongly this year, and there are many reasons why. One of them has to do with the proliferation of artificial intelligence, which I touched on quite a lot last year, but it's really sweeping in again this year. And because of that, knowing who we are becomes all important moving forward. So this evening, I'm going to give you 2 focuses to take you through January into February. And indeed, if you hold on to them and practice them, they'll see you right through this year in your power, aligned and grounded, and learning and growing, mastering your reality. So stay with me for the next 10 minutes or so while we delve into all the most important things about life, which is your soul, your direction, and your purpose, and feeling good on this planet. So leave me a comment while we are live, or either in the replay, I'll come back in and interact with you then. Let me know how your 2025 is unfolding and how 2024 ended up for you, because last year, that 8-year, that was incredibly robust, and it asked you to find your capability by digging in deep and taking physical action. Masculine year 2024, 2025, feminine year. Very different energy. It's completely fluid and harmonious, and you won't know what's coming next. And that requires complete trust in who you are as a soul. This is why being empowered, working with the master within, you becoming your own guru, that's the Aquarian era as well, that's key. So stay with me while we go through those key pointers of 2025. Have your notebook with you too, so you can jot down the insight that comes to you, because in these live interactions, you'll find that I'm often saying something that is so personal to you that it almost feels like I'm only speaking with you. And that's what it's like in this fifth dimensional frequency. When we tune in to the oneness, we can relate personally to everything that's being said and brought through. Now this year, 2025, I've had a change as well to my energy forecasts, the tip-off. They are now coming out 14 days in advance instead of 7 days in advance, which they have been for the last 20 odd years. This is the 22nd year consecutively of the energy forecasts of the tip-off. It's been a long time, and it keeps growing in stature every year. And this year it felt important that we have the forecast 14 days in advance. And already the feedback is incredible, and you're agreeing. It's helping you dive deeper into your own process, and have that bigger picture view is helping people relax more as well, and actually bring you more into the moment, which is one of the strong reasons of why I'm doing it this way this year. So thank you for enjoying the forecasts. Dive in. Next week we'll be going into February, and we'll have the next 14 days out. But this week's tip-off is, of course, online, has been since last week. Enjoy, enjoy, and keep letting me know your feedback, because it really helps me to fine-tune and ensure that our community is growing to the best of our capability. So thank you. Now, 2025, as I said, the year of the empowered soul, the 9-year, it's come in with a whirlwind of energy. There's been a lot to face. There have been many global situations that have called for our empathy and our compassion, and our hearts have opened. We're feeling one another. Thought waves this year are so fast. The energy waves, because energy moves in waves, we are energy beings. Thought is energy. Energy is what creates the material reality around us, the physicality. Your physical life is created by energy waves. And those waves are oscillating so quickly this year that the nodal points from the ideas that you're putting out there that form the pattern that will collapse and create the material manifestation of your thought, those nodal points are attaching themselves to the pattern so quickly that you think of something and boom, it's created, or you're seeing it around you instantly. And that's that fifth dimensional frequency. If you are ungrounded, if you are too out of your body, if you are too focused on what everyone else is doing, the state of the planet, politics or government or business or everything that distracts us, you are likely going to feel headachy, frustrated, anxious, on edge, unsure, and uncertain about who you are and the state of the planet. This is why it's so important in 2025 that you have a good perspective on who you are as a soul and a good spiritual grounding. Practices in your life that bring you within and into the present moment. This year, and you've probably seen this already, it almost feels like you're living a year in a day. So much is happening so quickly. It's like a whirlwind. And one cannot think and plan too far ahead, because you're being pulled into the moment, into the present. Good. That's a good sign, because that's where your power exists. That's where you'll locate soul and stillness. Remember, head, heart energy, personality is your human self. Soul is your infinite master, your tutor within, the one that's connected to wholeness. Our role in this human life is to train our personality, to tame it, to contemplate what's creating it. And you can't do that by focusing outside of yourself, by watching television or documentaries or having conversations or reading books. That sparks you, but the personal experience is the only way that you're ever going to experience your soul and know it. And that requires shutting off from the outside world and making a practice and a discipline in your life where you contemplate who you are every day. No getting away from it every day. Whether it's 10 minutes, half an hour, or you have 10-minute blocks every so often, where you literally just shut off the world. You imagine that you're going into the heart space and you ask, soul, show me the way forward. Show me what's next. Direct me. I want to work with you. Recognize yourself. Speak with the heart. Give your personality some good work to do so that it's not off getting lost in everyone else's business and problems and making them yours when they're not your responsibility. So having a good grounding like that, that enables you to walk through this current energy space where everything's happening quickly. And a lot of that has to do with the proliferation of artificial intelligence, which is making thoughts oscillate so much more quickly than they ever have before. And that's going to increase. And it will scatter you and will overwhelm you. We need more than ever to have a spiritual practice in our life that connects us to the invisible realms, energy, whatever it is, sound healing, if it's meditation, if it's movement, whatever works for you, practice it every day and make it your priority. It should be just as important as breathing, that important. Whatever brings you into the present moment and makes you aware of the soul running the show. That's your first focus. And focus number 2 is detachment. Sure, you've heard of the concept of detachment, and it may seem, well, how do I detach? You see, a 9 universal year is one of conclusions, wrapping up what we began as a collective in 2017, the number 1 year, the last number 1 year for the planet. It's a year of letting go. One could say of loss. Yes, you will see a lot of people letting go this year. They may leave their physical bodies. You'll see things coming to an end, a natural conclusion. When that happens, try not to fight it, but accept it. Allow, because cycles are changing. And as the old completes, the new is already pushing its way through. And if you resist it and force it, you are pushing against life. And that's not the way of the soul. That's the way of the personality, which wants to over-control everything. There are some things in life you can control, and there are others that are out of your control. What you are responsible for is you. Absolutely. You're responsible for how you conduct yourself physically, where you allow your thoughts to go, and what actions you take. You're responsible for whether or not you respond or react to life, whether you're considered, whether you're haphazard. All of that's your realm of responsibility. Your responsibility is to connect in with your soul every day and honor yourself and make that your project of the year. Self-development, personal development, because then your whole outlook shifts. Your auric field brightens, your consciousness lifts, and those waves go out and impact everyone for the better. And they trigger responses in others that allow them to access their awareness too. Beautiful. What you're not responsible for is other people's thoughts and actions. You do your best, to the best of your ability, you take action, and that's your job done. Now bring your energy back and focus within and get your next direction coming through. What happens after you've done your best and you've done your role in whatever situation you're involved with? It's not up to you. It's up to the universal oneness to bring about. And we trust in that. We trust that the higher power knows and brings about the best solution. That's life. That's letting go. That's detachment. It's not a convoluted process. It's quite simple. And it's calling for you, beautiful souls, this year. What a proving ground this year is for detaching from outcomes and learning what was in your realm of influence and what is not. It's staying in your lane. We've spoken about that a lot over the years. Knowing what you own and what you don't. Not over-helping. Not interfering too much. And recognizing when someone's trying to interfere in your life and not allowing it to occur. How do you do that? By pulling back and focusing on you and not them. We'll speak about this topic, I would imagine, on repeat this year, but this is an introduction to it, a taster of what's going on right now that I trust will assist you immediately by applying what we've spoken about this evening. Every day when you're with me in the tip-off, that brings you into the moment and that brings you into your soul. Remember, those energy forecasts are so etherically deep that they speak to your soul and they allow your personality the framework to work with. That's the magic of them, and that's why I've been following them, as I said, for 22 years, and so many of you have as well. They allow you to grow of your own accord in your own space, become your own tutor, your own mentor, your own guru, the Aquarian era way. I love you. Thank you for your presence this evening. It's been very strong and true. My words have flowed because of you. I trust that you have a peaceful day or evening ahead, that you make the time and give the credence to your soul to connect and contemplate, and that you experience the instant results. I know you will. So thank you. And as always, we will speak again very soon.